Welcome back. In the last video, we talked about how professional landscapers don't memorize plants, they organize them. Today, we're going to build that organization system. Imagine walking into a huge library, where every book has been piled into one giant heap. Finding anything would be nearly impossible. Now imagine the same books organized onto shelves by subject. Suddenly, everything becomes much easier to find. That's exactly what we're going to do with plants. Before we learn individual species, we first need to understand the major plant categories. At first, it may seem like there are thousands of different plants to learn, but almost every landscape plant belongs to one of just a handful of categories. Trees create height and shade. Shrubs provide structure. Ground covers fill empty spaces. Perennials add seasonal color. Vines grow vertically. Ornamental grasses create texture and movement. Once you recognize these groups, every new plant has somewhere to belong. Let's start with the two groups students confuse most often: trees and shrubs. Trees generally have a single trunk and grow tall enough to create a canopy. Shrubs usually have several stems that emerge near the ground, giving them a fuller appearance. There are exceptions, of course, but this simple rule works for most landscape plants. When you encounter an unfamiliar plant, one of your first questions should be, is this functioning as a tree or as a shrub? That simple question immediately narrows your choices. One of the most important concepts on the LCB exam is the difference between evergreen and deciduous plants. Evergreens keep their foliage throughout the year. Deciduous plants lose their leaves, or in some cases, their needles, during the dormant season before growing new ones in spring. This distinction matters because clients often ask for year-round privacy, winter interest, or seasonal color. As a landscaper, recommending the wrong type could completely change the look of a landscape during the winter months. Here's where many students get tripped up. Not every evergreen is a conifer. A conifer typically has needles or scale-like foliage and produces cones. Examples include western red cedar and Sitka spruce. Broadleaf evergreens, on the other hand, keep their leaves all year but don't have needles. Examples include English holly and Oregon grape. So remember, evergreen describes how long the foliage stays on the plant. Conifer describes what kind of plant it is. Those are two different ideas. Every rule has an exception, and this is one of the LCB's favorites. The dawn redwood is a conifer because it has needles and produces cones. But unlike most conifers, it loses its needles every fall. That makes it a deciduous conifer. Students often remember this plant because it seems backwards, and that's exactly why it's memorable. Whenever you hear deciduous conifer, think dawn redwood first. Another way landscapers recognize plants is by their overall shape, known as their growth habit. Some plants grow upright. Others spread across the ground. Some have graceful, weeping branches. Others climb fences and trellises. Even before you notice the leaves or flowers, the overall shape often gives you important clues. Professional landscapers develop the habit of recognizing a plant's silhouette from a distance. Now let's put a few familiar plants into their proper categories. Japanese maple is a tree. Oregon grape is a shrub. Kinnikinick is a ground cover. Hosta is a perennial. Variegated kiwi is a vine. Blue fescue is an ornamental grass. Don't worry about memorizing every detail yet. Right now, we're simply putting each plant into its correct folder. We'll fill those folders with more information in the next videos. Let's see what you remember. The video will pause while you take a quick 5-question quiz. Now that we've organized plants into their major categories and had a short review, it's time to answer an even more important question. Where should each plant be used? In the next lesson, we'll explore how sunlight, soil, moisture, and landscape purpose all influence plant selection. By the end of that video, you'll start thinking the way professional landscapers do, choosing plants based on the site instead of simply recognizing their names. I'll see you in the next lesson.